Joining us now with more reaction to today's completely partisan impeachment, Ukrainian coup attempt, and circus and Schiff show, we have Congressman Mark Meadows from North Carolina and from the Panhandle, the great state of Florida, the swing state, both of them. Matt Gaetz is with us. You know, I'm seeing you guys, you're smiling. I don't feel anything. They have so denigrated themselves, meaning the Democrats. Nothing but 3 long years of doing nothing for the American people, hating Trump, culminating here, and then pretending, Mark Meadows, oh, we're so solemn. Oh, this is a somber moment. When we know they don't feel that way. That, too, is a lie, just like everything else they do.
Well, you know it. I mean, they're in the privacy of their rooms, patting each other on the back, saying, hey, take one for the team. You know why? Because the Democrats' team is here in Washington, D.C. For Matt and I, our team are back home, you know, is back home in our respective states. But here's the other thing. Adam Schiff doesn't want to be cross-examined. He's on the House floor earlier tonight, and he was, you know, saying the same kind of lies that he's been saying. But I would put him up against Matt Gaetz, let Matt Gaetz cross-examine him. I think it would knock the smile off of Adam Schiff's face.
Listen, I'd take that, too. I've offered him 3 hours on 625 of the best radio stations in America, Matt Gaetz, and an hour on the #1 show in cable. Right here, the full hour. We'll make it the Hannity Schiff show, and it will be a Schiff show for him.
Yeah. Well, Adam Schiff doesn't want to answer any tough questions because, of course, we would prove that this is not a crime by the president. This is a setup by Adam Schiff and people who don't like the president. For most of the American people who watch today, they're probably thinking that the Democrats have more detailed plans about how to make Ukraine great again than actually how to serve our country. And I was glad that just hours ago, Mark went down to the floor and made the case for the Trump presidency in the broadest and most relevant possible terms. Rising wages for people, jobs that are turning into careers, trade deals that are restoring opportunity for the American worker. Donald Trump has done so much for this country, and that's why they're impeaching him. Not because of the Ukraine. Heck, I don't think that some of these Democrats could have even pointed to the Ukraine on a map when they first got into Congress, but it's that they despise Donald Trump, and more importantly, they don't like the people that voted for him.
They would care about you not getting the billion. That to me is all the evidence you need. That you're not getting the billion, unless you fire the guy that's investigating my zero experience son. Oh, we can't touch that. We can't talk about that. We can't talk to the whistleblower. We can't talk about the contact with Schiff and the office and the whistleblower, hearsay whistleblower. All right, but here's the thing. The way I see tonight, this is their best shot, Mark Meadows. This is it. They took it. Well, they've done nothing else.
Well, it's their best shot. Listen, they have tried to change the opinion of the American people. Week after week, they've gone out with innuendo, hearsay, secondhand witnesses, and tried to make the case that this is not what it really is, which is a partisan attack on the President of the United States. Listen, this is their best day, and yet it's the worst day for America because we're lowering the standard for impeachment, that not just because Donald Trump doesn't deserve to be impeached. He didn't do anything wrong. But more importantly, we've lowered the standard for every president to follow. It doesn't matter what they say or do. They will be impeached because of my Democrat colleagues trying to disenfranchise 63 million voters.
What are they saying to you guys? Matt, we'll ask you first. What are the Democrats telling you privately? Or what are you seeing and observing on the House floor?
Democrats in districts won by the president just want this to be over. I think that they've seen that the radical elements of their base will eat them alive if they do not support impeachment, but they understand that this is very toxic to our country and it's toxic to them politically. I've given them some personal advice. For the upcoming year, rent, don't buy, because Mark's the real estate guy here on the panel, but I mean, it is obvious to us that districts that voted, you know, sometimes 4, 10 percentage points for Donald Trump are not going to reelect a member of Congress who won't work with us on infrastructure, prescription drugs, balancing our budget. Instead, all they're worried about are investigations and impeachment. It's like Nancy Pelosi and Adam Schiff are leading all of the Lemmings off of the cliff, and we'd love them to join us, but they seem determined to their own demise.
I think you both deserve a drink. Thank you both.